Customary with the fist bumps for everybody before the game starts.
He'll need them all tonight.
Lineup first of all for the Ags. Familiar 5, of course, with Leo DeBrule in for T.Y. Johnson, as they'll get the first possession of the contest.
CSUN opens up in their patented 2-3 zone. They love to play this.
DeBrule, the sophomore from Seattle, works along the way. And now Pepper for 3. Didn't get it. Pepper has been on an unbelievable 5-game stretch. He's scored over 28 on the last 5. He has been amazing.
Yeah, he has. His game just continues to improve, Scott. And it's been obvious this year from November to December, January, now in February. It's got better every month. The Aggies are going to pay a lot of attention to the scoring options at Northridge. The Jekyll and Hyde Northridge team.
Yep, a team that doesn't really shoot it well from outside as Pepper on the attack is fouled. Just 31% from three-point line.
When they do shoot it well from outside, they've found a way to win. The Cal Poly game, the Santa Barbara game at home, they shot the ball really well at that. But the key was those were at home.
Yep. Pepper works inside quickly for Nigwe, puts it up and in.
What so many teams do, they're overzealous with Pepper. They've got to go wherever he goes off of screens. And a lot of times they'll leave a player open because of that.
Nigwe, one of 3 Aggie players averaging in double figures. Okereke on the block, kicks on the diagonal to Marcel Stevens, the walk-on. He's getting his 4th straight start, gives it away, and Pepper's going to have a breakaway the other way. Pepper with a steal and a bucket. We've seen that so many times here.
So many times. He's got the complete game. You know, I do think he's established he's the best guard in this league. You know, AJ is probably the top point guard, the way he plays the game.
Yep. All right, let's get a look at the Coors Light keys to the game for UC Davis, Coach.
Well, no live ball turnovers. You got to take care of the ball. Davis leads the league in turnovers, and a lot of those turnovers are live ball. Give easy points to the opponent. Contain defensively at what is that?
No doubt. Got to keep adding right his numbers down. He's one of the best players with Deshaun Allen Aikens.
Deshaun Allen plays an old man's game, and he is really tough to defend. He moves slow, but he's key. Those 2 players have to come up big for Northridge to be in this. And then get your game going in the transition game. Get out and run. Use that speed, that pace that you like to play with.
Yep, those are the Coors Light keys to the game. There's another steal from Pepper, who's also top 5 in the conference in steals. Great pass. Kane Millie puts it up and in.
Pepper getting everybody involved early, including himself defensively with a couple steals.
Trent Johnson, a long-time college head coach, takes the timeout. Just his 2nd year at CSUN, his 19th overall. Of course, he's coached at Stanford. He's been at Nevada. He's been in the SEC with LSU. He's taken multiple teams to the Sweet 16.
Yeah, he's a really good coach. I got my first taste of him. I knew Trent for a long time. We both had the same mentor. Gentleman, he worked for him, Len Archibald at Utah. And Len was a very close friend of mine and a mentor, so I've known Trent for probably 35 years. But I coached against him when he was at Reno, Nevada. And, boy, were they tough and physical and kept the game simple. And he did such a nice job up there.
Yeah, he's a really good coach. Good man. Had a chance to talk to him last night. As you see, Pepper doing it all. Steals, assists, scoring as the Aggies open up with a quick 6-0 lead.
They're throwing a 1-2-2 pester press at him here, Scott. They're going to try to make him use a little clock, get him out of rhythm.
Again, CSUN struggles on the road, looking for their first road win of the year. They're 0-11 away from their home court.
It's actually pretty good matchups defensively for the Ags, and that's what CSUN needs right there. Is Aiton to come out and shoot the ball, get them going a little bit. As he goes, they go.
Yeah, he's the 8th leading scorer in the Big West, almost 15 points a game. He's nearly 18 in his last 7.
Yeah, he's played well. He had a really good game against Santa Barbara. And they're upsetting the #1 team in the league in their last home game.
Yeah, tremendous win for them. They've won 3 of their last 6, all of them at home. As you saw, Nigwe Misses the other end. Up top, Alan Aikens rattles it in and out.
I agree with Coach Les there. There was a little push off. Aikens got away with it. He's very subtle how he plays the game.
Inigwe in the lane, and he traveled with it. Our officiating crew for tonight, the referee is Mike Littlewood, who made that call. Jeff Wooten and Phil White also officiating this game tonight.
A veteran crew. They've done a lot of games. I'm sure they've done many together. They're a good crew.
They've heard you talk a lot.
Yeah, they do. In fact, I had Phil White over here quite a bit. The last game we had when I was making him watch the monitor with us.
That's right. That's right. Did we resolve that?
I don't think they ever did agree with me.
Okay.
Of course, that's been the same for the last 30 years.
Nothing new there.
Yeah.
Davis with the 6-3 lead. Pepper, we'll see him at the point a lot tonight.
Well, he's actually been playing more and more point for them. They run the ball through him. He's such a good distributor of the ball.
Not that time, though, a turnover.
Jinxed him right there, didn't we?
Yeah, we sure did. Right looking inside. Dumps it in for De'Aaron Tucker as they now reverse it corner right. 3 ball from the Aggie bench. Good. 2 threes for Atten Wright. And Trent Johnson said last night that he's going to have to get somebody hot from outside to have a chance tonight.
Yeah, they're going to need their guys to knock down some threes because the Ags are not about to let them control it in the paint. They'll double them, as you saw in that last possession.
Peppers pull up from 18, no good, but the ball falls right into the hands of Inigwe, who puts it up and in, and the Aggies back on top, 8-6.
That's the right place at the right time for Christian. Benefited the ball bouncing around like a pinball to him.
Longago works it inside, and Tucker able to put it up and over Inigwe.
That play that they just ran is what Utah State brought to this league back in 98 when Stu Morrill took the Utah State job.
Tucker, an Oregon State transfer, and it feels like every team has at least one Oregon State transfer on their team, doesn't it, Coach?
I'm not sure what that says about Oregon State or their coaching or their recruiting.
As Pepper misses the 3 ball. Right the other way, pull up, 3 ball, it is in right form. He is feeling it here at UC Davis. He's got 9, and CSUN has their first lead of the contest, 11-8. As you see Pepper missing there, but Inigwe putting it back up and in. CSUN with the early lead here at UC Davis.
Daytona Nissan has elected savings with our President's Day model year-end sales event. All remaining.
Thanks to Avalara, we can calculate sales tax on almost anything, anywhere automatically. Thanks to Avalara, we can calculate sales tax on almost anything, anywhere automatically. Thanks to Avalara, we can calculate sales tax on almost anything, anywhere automatically.
And that's all for sports. Now we're going to head over to Jim, who's got the weather for us. Jim? Thanks, Bob. If you take a look at
Daytona Nissan has elected savings with our President's Day model year-end sales event. All remaining.
And that's all for sports. Now we're going to head over to Jim, who's got the weather for us. Jim? Thanks, Bob. If you take a look at
Thanks to Avalara, we can calculate sales tax on almost anything, anywhere automatically.
Your wait is over. New 2023 Acura models have arrived at Acura of.
When you automate sales tax with Avalara, you don't have to worry about things like changing tax rates.
Your wait is over. New 2023 Acura models have arrived at Acura of.
Geico's been offering savings for over 85 years. That's longer than the Buffalo Wing's been around.
Targets are on site.
It's all here, as we discussed.
Geico's been offering savings for over 85 years. That's longer than the Buffalo Wing's been around.
Number 9, Baylor. Number 5, Kansas. Saturday at 4, ESPN.
The XFL kicks off Saturday and continues Sunday on ABC and ESPN.
Scott Marshall on with the coach Bob Williams as we look inside that CSUN huddle there. Trent Johnson with that timeout, certainly effective. Atten Wright has been on fire. He's made all 3 3-pointers. He's got 9, and coach, he doesn't have to guard T.Y. Johnson tonight, and maybe that frees him up a little more offensively.
There's no doubt. When you don't have to put that concentrated effort into the defensive end and worried about the speed at which T.Y. comes at you, there's nobody really in the league that comes at you as fast as T.Y. does in transition. Atten doesn't have to worry about it, so it does free him up on the offensive end. And CSUN, by the way, on wins, They shoot 41% from three. On losses, they shoot 27%. So they're off to a good start, 60% on their threes, and that's a bad sign for the Aggies.
Yep, and if you're just tuning in tonight, T.Y. Johnson suspended for a game. He's not available for the Aggies. Also, assistant coach Jono Metzger-Jones suspended this week for UC Davis as well for the application back at UC Santa Barbara. As Pepper in the lane ties it up, and again, he's on one of these all-time great runs for UC Davis.
It's you try to think back in the league, a player that has been, and this is not saying, but Orlando Johnson went on these type of runs where he would play like that. I think Pepper might be a better all-around player than Orlando was.
Well, Atten Wright right now looks like the best player in the Big West. That's his fourth three ball. He's got 12 points, and CSUN has extended the lead.
How high does his confidence level look right now?
Again, he came in close to 18 points over his last 7 games. He had 22 against Cal Poly in the victory on Saturday. As Nico Rocek in for the Aggies, and he's fouled.
Boy, their victory over Cal Poly at home had a very similar look to what Davis did to Cal Poly at home.
No doubt. The Aggies scored the last 15 points of that game to win 65-63. How about this run? They trailed by 16, CSUN did, at home against Cal Poly with 13 minutes to go. It was a 36-9 close.
I watched it, and it was just unbelievable how, I'm sitting there because I'm remembering what we were talking about during that Cal Poly game. Cut it to 10, get it inside of 10. These players are unaccustomed to winning. Well, you just watched it in live action there that they were unaccustomed to making plays when they count down the stretch.
So Nico Rocek gets the second free throw, makes it a 3-point game, 14-11.
Plus, people will underestimate with a team that's struggling like Northridge. When you finally get through a hurdle, it does open the gates a little bit to how you play and your confidence level and what comes up in you.
Ball not going to bounce, last touched by Inigwe. Christian's been battling a sore left ankle. He's missed a little bit of time, but did play on Saturday at UC Santa Barbara.
There's where a veteran coach like Trent, who has coached through losing streaks before, understands the value of keeping the kids' heads up and just working. They're showing some positive signs from that.
They sure are. Tucker's jumper a little bit short as the Aggies double-teamed right. Inigwe on the attack. Contact, no foul. Shot missed.
Christian's lucky they didn't call him jumping into him on that. Tucker was pretty straight up and down. The Aggies are matching size for size. They're playing double big, which you don't see out of them very often.
Tucker inside working on Rocek. He was able to draw contact. He almost fooled himself that time. It looked like he had an easier shot in that path.
Tucker gets good position. I think they can keep him 1 foot further out. I'm not sure you need to double team him.
So Tucker, a junior from Dallas, Texas. He started the last 10 games, averaging a little over 5 points, 3.5 rebounds per game. Misses the free throw there. He's a good free throw shooter, 78% on the year.
Yeah, stroke doesn't look bad at all, Scott.
And there's the move. He had Rocek fooled, and he came back into Rocek before going back over his left shoulder.
Yeah. Rocek was in a good position just to keep him out. Doesn't need to overreact to any fake he makes.
Milling, baseline, cut off. Pepper with the quick pass inside, and we will have a reach-in foul.
That should be on Tucker.
Yep. It will go on Tucker. That is the 4th team foul against the Matadors. Milling up top. CSUN still settling in that zone.
There's open seams of the zone. More people have to see the seams instead of just Pepper.
Well, Pepper certainly saw it that time, had a wide open look. And Pepper again continuing to pour it on. Pepper now with 6 points.
Pepper kind of got wherever he wanted on that, right at the last second of the buzzer, too.
Deep three right. That one's off the heel. Maybe a mini heat check that time.
I don't think it's a mini one. I think he had the heater turned full blast on that one.
450 on that one.
Yeah.
Pepper again has it stripped on his way out of bounds. So this one right now shaping up as a good matchup between two of the premier scorers in the Big West. Wright and Pepper have it going early on here at University Credit Union Center.
This is the look of a man who was told he wouldn't survive. A man who found his lifeline in a primary care doctor who truly cared. A man who lost 100 pounds and regained his life. This open enrollment choose the primary care and specialty care that works together to keep you in motion at any of our 18 convenient locations throughout the Sacramento region. UC Davis Health, discovering healthy.
This one's for every sports fan who just spent the entire game explaining to someone the entire game. You've compromised enough. Pepsi Zero Sugar.
I've got that blue sky. I've got that sunshine.
The world's come to expect great things from UC Davis. The bold, the daring, the big ideas that do more than address today. They solve for tomorrow. As we look forward, we look to you. We're asking you to think bigger than what's possible of an individual, to make a greater difference with us. Expect greater from UC Davis for the world.
Of University Credit Union Center, a tight ball game between UC Davis and CSUN. They have just a 1-point lead. The Matadors do. Matadors guard Atten Wright, leading the charge at this point. He has 12 points, averaging nearly 15 points per game on the season. Wright has been outstanding for CSUN coming into this game. In the team's 2 wins in the last week and a half, he had 22 points in both games, going 11 from 11 from the line and 8 for 8 from the line in those 2 victories. Wright is an excellent downhill guard, and that's why Aggies head coach Jim Les said he needs his team to be aware of him at all time. They have to be really careful about how they defend him on screens. He also was yelling at several of his guards who were defending Wright, do not go and double team, stay on Wright at all times. The Aggies will have to shut him down to be successful here down the stretch, Scott.
Yeah, they definitely will, Kylan. He is playing some great basketball, Coach, and you can't let him get in the lane, and you can't foul him if he does get into the lane, because Kylan's point, he's a terrific free throw shooter. He leads the Big West, 14th in the country, 89.6% from the line.
Yeah, he has a very comfortable stroke from there, but right now it's that three-point shooting that's carrying him.
Yeah.
He's come out, he's got 12 points, and he's 4 out of 5 from the three-point line.
Pepper had his shot blocked. Aggies get it back. Nice play right there from Alan Eikens. Milling now spins, almost loses it. Takes the fade away, left it short. Rebound Tucker. Some good CSUN defense right there.
Yeah, I was really solid on their part. CSUN's used to playing with 2 bigs. It'll fit right in how they play. It's not something that Santa Barbara's used to, so it's a little adjustment for them. Talking to the Davis staff, they're really trying to buy some time here with minutes.
That time Tucker took Rochek to school with the left-hand move.
That's just a little overreaction on Rochek's part, playing a little too high, trying to take away his right side, gave him a layup with his left.
Inigwe, good position inside, goes up strong, gets the flip.
That's what they need out of Christian. That was a very strong move. Good entry pass by Kane. That was really good. Well done.
Inigwe now has 6 points for the Aggies. Alan Eikens along the baseline. Karake may have double dribbled with it.
Boy, they say it was tipped, but I don't think the ball was tipped there.
Stevens stripped on his way up, but they're going to call a reach and foul on Milling. Will it be in the act of shooting? It will not.
to the official's defense, he didn't have a very good view of it. He's playing on the backside of it. Couldn't see it.
So the Brew and Rochek will get a breather.
This is one of those games where you might see Pepper go 40.
You might see Wright go for 50 right now as he cleared a little space and put up that nice baseline J.
Yeah, you're talking points, I'm talking minutes.
Yes, okay, gotcha. Milling, a deep three, it's in. Milling from downtown ties it up at 18.
So I do believe that's 3 guys have all the points for the Ags so far.
Yeah, 1 free throw for Rochek.
Okay, so I'm wrong on that. So Rochek's got it.
Wright attacked, but wave it off as Okereke and Pepper get tangled up a little bit. Foul's going to be on Okereke for the illegal screen.
Okereke's a big man.
Yes, he is.
He looks like he could be playing the sport with pads and a helmet.
No question there. Okereke, to that point, goes 6'6", 260.
Yeah, they say. I'm betting more than that.
Okay.
He looks like a solid 280, 275. He's a big dude. He's so thick.
Yeah, he is. And Pepper is no small customer either.
He isn't. And he makes Pepper look small.
Yeah. They're going to review this one.
Yeah.
See a potential flagrant here.
Let's see it.
We'll get another look at it. As Okereke went to the deck, gets back up, sets the screen. Illegal screen where I don't know what they're looking at there.
I think they're looking to see if after the foul was called, if there was any activity there, because I don't think Okereke liked the fact that Pepper knocked him down when he came into that first screen. And they're looking to show us another angle of it. If we have it from the other side, you might see a little post-foul activity.
And I think it's fair to say tensions might be a little heightened after everything from last weekend, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So here we go with the other look. Okereke to the floor, gets back up, sets the screen, ties up Pepper a little bit maybe.
So once again, I think the juicy part of it we might have missed. And I don't know that they'll have a film of that.
Trent Johnson and Jim Les courtside. They put their arms around each other. They have a ton of respect for each other.
Yeah, as they should. I mean, they're both really good coaches, really good guys. They both want their teams to play. And I think they're both sensitive about the physicality of the game coming off of what happened last week.
So it'll be Aggie ball after the common foul on Okereke.
I've never understood that myself, where you roll the ball inbounds when you got 30 minutes to go in a game.
You don't want to save the 2 seconds with 9:30 left to go in the first half?
I just don't really see why.
Pepper with another turnover. He's had a couple turnovers here early on. Stevens in the lane, pulls up with the lefty, flipped, didn't get it.
Oh, that was nice. Asani comes from the backside to knock that ball loose.
Pepper now, cross court, Milling, puts up a 3 left side this time. It popped out. Rebound to Pepper. He'll throw back out to Milling again. Now Pepper along the baseline for 3. It's in.
It's what he does so well. How quickly he passes the ball, Scott, and relocates is different than most college players.
And Coach Johnson last night pretty much saying that they don't have anybody who can guard Eli Pepper if he gets off tonight.
Yeah, I'm not sure anybody does.
Pepper missed it badly. Rebound Milling. Kane pushing the issue. We'll dump it inside to Inigwe. We're going to have a foul. It's going to go against Wright.
It's interesting what they call this foul. Watch how quickly he relocates on this. Passes the ball and takes off running.
Yep. Nobody followed him.
Yeah.
And that's a recipe for disaster. Pepper is the leading scorer in college basketball in the state of California. Over 21 points a game as the Aggies illegal screen there. But 11th in the nation is Eli Pepper right now.
Yeah. He's on a very good tear right now. And it's not playing out of his gourd. He's playing very much within his framework of a player.
Sione Losian, the guard right with a left-hand flip, too high off the box. Good defense that time from the Aggies.
Sione's made 2 good plays in a row at the defensive end.
Pepper switched his mind in midair. Adebayo couldn't adjust, and here comes CSUN again, and they're fouled. And again, the live ball turnovers for the Aggies have been really tough.
Yeah, it's always that way with the Aggies. For a team that transitions well, they struggle off of the turnover to get back and corral up your defense.
It'll be free throws for CSUN when we return in Davis.
When you automate sales tax with Avalara, you don't have to worry about things like changing tax rates. When you automate sales tax with Avalara, you don't have to worry about things like changing tax rates.
Your wait is over. New 2023 Acura models have arrived at Acura of...
Thanks to Avalara, we can calculate sales tax on almost anything, anywhere automatically. Thanks to Avalara, we can calculate sales tax on almost anything, anywhere automatically.
Your wait is over. New 2023 Acura models have arrived at Acura of...
Thanks to Avalara, we can calculate sales tax on almost anything, anywhere automatically.
And that's all for sports. Now we're going to head over to Jim, who's got the weather for us. Jim? Thanks, Bob. If you take a look...
Thanks to Avalara, we can calculate sales tax on almost anything, anywhere automatically.
And that's all for sports. Now we're going to head over to Jim, who's got the weather for us. Jim? Thanks, Bob. If you take a look...
When you automate sales tax with Avalara, you don't have to worry about things like changing tax rates.
Thanks to Avalara, we can calculate sales tax on almost anything, anywhere automatically.
And that's all for sports. Now we're going to head over to Jim, who's got the weather for us. Jim? Thanks, Bob. If you take a look...
Targets are on site.
It's all here, as we discussed.
When you automate sales tax with Avalara, you don't have to worry about things like changing tax rates.
Thanks to Avalara, we can calculate sales tax on almost anything, anywhere automatically.
Your wait is over. New 2023 Acura models have arrived at Acura of...
When you automate sales tax with Avalara, you don't have to worry about things like changing tax rates.
Geico's been offering savings for over 85 years. That's longer than the buffalo wing's been around. Geico's been offering savings for over 85 years. That's longer than the buffalo wing's been around.
Targets are on site.
It's all here, as we discussed.
Number 9 Baylor, number 5 Kansas, Saturday at 4 ESPN. Number 9 Baylor, number 5 Kansas, Saturday at 4 ESPN.
Welcome back into the University Credit Union Center, where CSUN trailing UC Davis 21-18, but they are shooting the ball well on the road. Their shooting numbers haven't been great this year, but we go over to Kylan, and right now the shooting numbers are pretty good for the Matadors.
CSUN is shooting 47% from the field, 57% from three, much better than their season averages of 39% from the floor and just over 31% from three-point land. Head coach Trent Johnson said that's something he's talked a lot to his team about. First, slowing down the tempo offensively, being careful about their shot selection, and then working the ball inside out to create more open looks. He said he doesn't want his team to do any of these rushing down the floor, one pass, one shot possessions. He wants his team to slow down the pace and shoot with confidence. The Matadors are executing that here early in this one, Scott.
Yes, they are, and they're taking advantage of UC Davis turnovers too, Coach. The Aggies have 5 of them right now.
Yeah, but it hasn't killed them so much. They've only given up 3 points in transition, fast break points to them. The Ags, where they've made hay in this game, is they got 14 points in the paint, and they're 5 points in second chance points to Northridge 0.
Yeah, but out rebounding the Matadors 12-6 right now,
which is a big number and was a major concern for the Ags coming into this.
No doubt. Losi dumps it off. Adebayo goes up and draws a foul on his way up.
That was very good sequence right there. You had other role players in a position, making plays, creating an easy shot for a teammate to get fouled, go to the free throw line.
So Adebayo looking for his first points of the game. And, you know, he's a player who the stats may not stand out, but he just does everything you want as a coach, right?
Yeah, he really does. He's a team guy, glue guy, hustle guy, tough guy. He does all that stuff, and it really bodes well for you in games that he goes and gets you 6 points, 7 points like that. That's like somebody else having to score 14.
Yep. Scoreless from the line there. The Aggies come in. They have had a lot of free throw attempts. They're 10th most in the country in attempts. They're 19th in most free throws made. They come in having made over 16 free throws a ball game. Didn't get one there. He's had a chance to regain the lead. Great ball fake by Allen Eikens, but can't finish on the runner. Gets his own rebound there.
Eikens has a very much we call it an old man's game in this, where he has all the footwork, the pump fakes, the lip fakes. He's really fun to watch.
He'd be tough at the YMCA.
He would be really difficult there.
He's tough on this floor.
The great thing is about him, 15 years from now, he'll be able to play a game that's very similar to what he's doing now. It won't change a whole bunch.
Nope. 16 foul against the Aggies as they split up Adebayo and Wright. They got tangled up a little bit. Into the game, Cam Slaymaker inbounds it. Inside with it, Icy missed the flip. Got his own rebound. Putback doesn't go.
Passed the look test on both those shots. They just didn't go in.
Well, CSUN had 3 opportunities that time, and they get another steal. Normally it's the Aggies who are forcing turnovers.
Yeah.
But right now, CSUN doing a great job with it. Right, 17-footer, a little long. Gets his own rebound, and he's fouled by DeBarul. Right now, the Aggies are getting out-hustled on the glass.
Yeah, and I'm sure that Coach Johnson brought that to the attention, that Northridge is being out-rebounded, and that is a hustle stat. And he's got their attention back, going after every ball.
And again, you send Wright to the line, who is Steph Curry-like at the line.
Yeah, he's very good. And he's got a little shimmy to him. Watch his right shoulder right before he shoots the ball.
Wright, the sophomore out of Lakewood. Played some prep ball at Fairmont Prep, but misses the front end of the 1-and-1.
He gave him the jinx. You're good at that.
Losi, the redshirt freshman for the Aggies, up top. Bounces it inside Adebayo. Kicks it to Inigwe, and he's tied up. And the alternate arrow will favor CSUN. At least the arrow shows CSUN.
Yeah, I like the passing decisions of Losi so far in this game. On balance, good decisions, good vision.
And we're going to check this one because opening tap went to the Aggies, I do believe. So yeah, it will be CSUN basketball. So the Matadors hanging their own here on the road.
Early in the game, shots on the road early. You have a tendency sometimes to shoot a little better early.
Abongago loses his footing, covers the basketball. Now the jump ball, and that alternator will be UC Davis's.
So they're just trading jump balls, going back and forth. No shots attempts, just trade jump balls right now.
Marcel Stevens back in as Abongago will come out. Sometimes it happens when you turn it over.
Yes, it does. It'll be nice to see if the Ags come up with a little play of some kind here. Yeah, there we go.
Screen for Pepper, 3-ball, missed it badly. Rebound Losey. He'll kick left side for Miller. Now Pepper along the baseline right side. That time he triggers the 18-footer.
Unfazed by it, but it was good to see Coach Les come up and run a set to get a shot, because their last ball movement, couple 2-3 times, have not been productive.
Pepper in double figures already. He's got 11 for Pepper. It's his 23rd double-figure game of the year. Contact on the ground, non-shooting, but it will be free throws because the Aggies are over the limit.
Wright's a very aggressive young man. I noticed in the Cal Poly game when he iced the game with those free throws, he gave a little wave goodbye to Cal Poly as he was walking by. The official had to get in his ear on that one. He didn't want to tee him on a taunting, but he
it wasn't a kiss like we saw earlier the year.
Didn't blow the kiss.
That would have been the tee trigger, the kiss.
Yeah.
That's the front end of this one. He had, to your point, he had 14 second-half points in the win against the Mustangs, including that key 3 that eventually put them on top. They never relinquished the lead.
They won that game going away. He gave a little wave at Santa Barbara when they won that one.
Wright gets both. You've got to feel for Cal Poly. They've been in so many games this year, just haven't been able to close out. Case in point, the game against Davis, the game against CSUN on Saturday.
Yeah. They've played really well at times, and they've looked all of a team that could, cause problems for anybody. But then they have a hard time finishing those games.
Pepper didn't get the three. Ball again falls right into the hands of Inigwe. Look what I got. It's a deuce.
Christian is getting the ball bouncing his way tonight.
He's got 8. He's 4 of 7 from the floor. Right with it, step back, 18-footer, drilled it. Pretty move by Eaton Wright.
That is close to a push-off on that drive.
He's done that a couple of times.
Yeah, he extends that left arm of his a little bit. He's smooth, though. He's strong. He's smooth. He's a good scorer.
He's got 16. Milling right back at it. His second 3 ball and a half.
Kane's coming up big so far in this game.
Yep, and he's the X factor for the Aggies. He's the other guy. If he gets double figures, the Aggies could be tough to stop. The 3 ball no good from Obongago. Now foul on the ground against Wright. That'll be free throws for the Aggies.
Well, and it's the right guy going to the free throw line, too. We have been frustrated by the Aggies at times that they get to the foul line so many times, but their production level of making them has not always been up to par.
It's risen. They were in the mid-60s. They're hovering just below 70 at 69% on the year.
I had a team one time. We're probably 7-8 games into the league, and we were still in the 50s. 58, 59. It just kills you as a coach.
There's no defense for missed free throws.
Unless you have 2 monsters in there that can go get every rebound.
Pepper gets there 30 to 24 now. The Ags have opened up a 6-point advantage.
Manu gets his first sighting in the game here.
Right, another 3. That one's long. Okereke fights for it with Milling. And the ball last touched, I believe, by UC Davis. So the Aggies with the 6-point lead at home. 40-46 left to go in the half. Milling with his second 3 right there here in Davis.
What is the Big West? The Big West is where the Aloha spirit meets California cool. It's a place of unlimited opportunity on the court, in the classroom, and in the community. We're built different in the Big West. We find a way to win with hustle, heart, and hard work. What is the Big West? It's the place where dreams come true. The Big West. Only the bold.
Power isn't born, it's built over time. For over 65 years, Hercules Tires has been providing the muscle to move more drivers. Whatever the vehicle, whatever the terrain, and we back it with a powerful protection plan. So wherever the road or the trail takes you, we have the selection, value, and strength to get you there. Hercules Tires, ride on our strength.
What if the next big advancement in curing cancer in people was actually because of the work that we're doing with cancer in animals? What if we could prevent the next pandemic because of the work that we're doing with infectious disease? What if we could reduce world hunger and starvation by the advances that veterinarians are making in livestock health?
At the UC Davis School of Veterinary Medicine, experts are searching and developing new technologies that can improve the lives of both animals and humans while also helping the environment.
Welcome back inside of University Credit Union Center. UC Davis with a 6-point lead over CSUN. Aggies guard Elijah Pepper leads his team with 13 points. Pepper has been on a scoring tear as of late. He's averaging more than 21 points per game, which leads the Big West and is good for 11th in the nation. Head coach Jim Les compared Pepper to former Aggies great and Big West Player of the Year Corey Hawkins with his ability to score on all 3 levels. Les says Pepper is a complete player who can also create for his teammates, plays hard on defense. He doesn't have a weakness. Conversely, CSUN head coach Trent Johnson said it's impossible to stop Pepper because he can do so much. You can't double him or even go with a triangle and 2 because Pepper's so good at getting the ball out and facilitating for teammates. He's a nightmare for opposing defenses, and he's being very effective here today, Scott.
Kylan, yes, he has. And what do you think about that comparison, Eli Pepper, with Corey Hawkins? You had to try and defend Corey Hawkins when you were coaching at UCSB.
Yeah, we didn't do a very good job of that. I don't think we would have done a very good job of guarding Pepper either. They're both really, really tough, completely different players.
Yep.
How they play the game, but both very effective in their own way.
Corey was a great driver of the basketball. He could shoot the 3 not as well as Pepper, but of course Corey was a spectacular scorer, the son of Percy Hawkins, who played with Jim West collegiately at Bradley, and of course Jim West had his son on the Aggies team at that same time, Tyler.
Yeah, that Bradley backcourt, children of the Bradley backcourt was awful tough for everybody in the league to handle.
Aggies look to get out and run here. Season's done a nice job in defensive transition.
Yeah, they have. They're back. They paid attention to it, and if they're going to give something up, they're going to decide who shoots it.
The Burrow was wide open, but couldn't get the 3-pointer.
Yeah, Leo was open for a reason. They flew to Pepper. They were not going to let Pepper have it in transition in the corner.
The Burrow has not scored in this game. Again, started tonight for T.Y. Johnson, who's suspended for the game. Jab step, right for 3. It is in, and he is having himself a half.
That's 21 points now in this half. I mean, that's amazing. You know, his average on wins is 18.8 points per game when Northridge wins. It's got to make Davis a little bit nervous about this.
Well, he's got 21 of the 27 CSUN points. He's like what Pepper's been doing for the Aggies. And right on cue, Pepper does it again.
Yeah, the 2 stars are coming up big. They're both shining bright right now, playing really well. It's going to be interesting who of them can continue to play like this throughout the game.
So Pepper's got 16 of the Aggies' 33. Wright 21 of the Matadors' 27. Pepper taking the defensive challenge now on Wright. Shot clock down to 3. Wright, step back, 18-footer, he's fouled. That's going to send him to the line.
You know, you cannot afford to foul him. You got to make him make tough jump shots. If he makes a tough jump shot, pat him on the rear end, say nice job, and let's go to the other end. But fouling him is a huge mistake. It's like fouling Pepper. It's a huge mistake to foul guys that shoot the ball that way.
So Wright's career high is 31, and unless something unusual happens, he's going to break that tonight.
Yeah. I mean, it'd be possible to break it here in the first half. He's got another minute 42 left. He might get 3 more threes. What kind of roll he's on. Here comes the little right shoulder shimmy.
Wright, a terrific free throw shooter. CSUN's the best free throw shooting team in the Big West. As Wright gets both. This is a team that's 75% from the line.
And a team that has struggled shooting the ball on the year. That just makes very little sense.
No. CSUN's done a nice job slowing down the game. Pepper up top, 3 balls in, and he'll have a chance for the 4-point play.
Boy, oh boy. You know, you gotta love the demeanor of the Northridge staff. They do not overreact to anything. They've been around the block a number of times.
So here's Pepper getting it right back from Anigwe. Abongago made contact.
Boy.
Yes.
That was pretty light contact.
So Pepper now has 20 points.
Here comes the Pester press. They're going to go in this back to a man or back to a zone this time.
For Pepper, it's his 15th 20-plus point game of the year.
Well, they're in the zone, and they're paying special attention in the zone here. To Wright, see if they can get.
Wright still draws contact. No matter what the Aggies do, Wright is tearing it up. As a coach, when somebody's in a big-time groove like that, do you go boxing one? I mean, what do you do at that point?
Well, yeah,
I
was a big fan of going boxing one at times on a player. The other thing you do, quite frankly, is you have one of your tougher guys who can afford to waste a foul. You have them knock them to the ground once or twice, and just see how comfortable they are with physical play.
The tough part, you send either one of these guys to the line, and it's an automatic 2 points.
Yeah, but sometimes you give up 2 just to get a guy's attention.
Well, Wright's got 25 now.
What I like about it is the Davis team as a whole is talking every aspect of it. Wright's just crafty with the ball. He's really crafty. He's going to get into crevices. He's good at drawing fouls.
Manu kick out, Losi up top, Milling. Great bounce pass inside. Manu takes steps though.
That was a really nice pass. Really good offensive execution on that possession.
Yep, but a clear travel.
Yep.
So Atten Wright, 25 of the Matadors, 31 points.
It's been quite a show offensively so far in this game.
Right off the screen, an NBA 3-ball now. Why not? Everything else is going in for this man. Atten Wright is putting on a show here at UC Davis.
Well, look at him. He's done everything but stick the Michael Jordan tongue out like, can't figure it out. He hasn't put his hands up sideways either.
28 first-half points for Atten Wright.
If they get one more shot, he's liable to have that 31 number.
Enigwe answers the other way. He's in double figures. Jim Les off his feet, imploring for a little defense. It's maybe time to triple team Wright.
Yeah, he's beside himself on this.
Wright kicks into the corner. 3-ball beats the buzzer, but it's short from Alan Aikens, and that will end the first half. But what an amazing first half. A Big West showdown between Atten Wright and Eli Pepper. There's Wright's 3 first half points, his 15th, 20th plus point game of the year. His career high is 32. We're looking at 2 guys tonight who could very easily get their career highs.
Yeah, there's no doubt. I would be blown away if Ayton didn't get his career high. He's got 28, he needs 31. I think you just got to hope that you make him work for it. Oh, and he is coming off screens with a little more juice in his legs right now after that shooting performance in the first half.
Yep. DeBarul with some pretty good defense there as Wright couldn't get the runner. Obviously, Coach Les challenged his Aggies at the half to shut down Wright.
Yeah, no doubt. He showed his frustration level on the post first half interview, and sure he got their attention in the huddle in there.
No doubt. And the Aggies start off with a nice bucket inside the paint where they dominated the first half.
Yeah, they really did. The Aggies were very good inside. Their inside passing was incredible. It's as good as I've seen them all year long in terms of their inside passing. And Coach Les has taken this personal now. He's got a defensive stance going on the sideline that's better than any he had as a player when he's playing in the NBA.
Oh, yeah, no, he's ready to go out there. DeBarul splits defender shot blocked, but following up is Enigwe. Enigwe's having a big night as well for the Ags. He's got 12.
Yeah, the Ags are getting off to a quick start in this half, just like they did the first half. We'll have to see if Coach Johnson goes to an early timeout to get the same response out of his team he got the first half.
So up top with it, Stevens. He stands on the logo. Kicks it right side, Alan Aikens. Works on Pepper. Kick out Stevens, a left side 3 long. And that's going to be the challenge for CSUN. Can they get a second score in this game?
Yeah, there's no doubt about that.
Peppers for 3. Missed it. And reaching fell into Burrows. We'll take a look at those first half stats. These halftime stats are presented to you by Mr. Freisman.
Well, Mr. Freisman was on fire.
Yes. As you see the field goals, both teams had 28 shots. The Aggies a better field goal percentage. 3-point percentage was terrific both sides.
55% for CSUN and 56% for the Aggies.
Yeah, I know the NBA All-Star game is on Sunday, but we're seeing glimpses of it early on here.
Yeah, they're having their own 3-point shooting contest in this game.
And so far, the Aggies have held CSUN here in the second half. Aggies looking for their first double-digit lead of the contest on this possession. Pepper into the lane, hangs, great dish out of Bio, but he traveled with it.
That's where you just love to see Addy go up. Don't pump fake, don't hesitate, just go up.
There's a look at the remainder of the half. Of course, the rebounding numbers certainly favoring the Aggies as well.
And the turnovers, unfortunately, favor the Aggies.
That's been their story.
They have 8 turnovers to the 5 for CSUN.
And that really cost them on the weekend trip both at UC Riverside and UC Santa Barbara last week.
A lot of games you see the Aggies make those type of turnovers because they are trying to force the pace. This game that has not necessarily been it. A lot of their turnovers have been travel turnovers or turnovers against the zone with maybe a little too creative of passing.
All right, timeout on the floor. We'll take it. UC Davis with a 9-point advantage on the home floor.
When you automate sales tax with Avalara, you don't have to worry about things like changing tax rates. When you automate sales tax with Avalara, you don't have to worry about things like changing tax rates.
Thanks to Avalara, we can calculate sales tax on almost anything, anywhere automatically.
And that's all for sports. Now we're going to head over to Jim, who's got the weather for us. Jim? Thanks, Bob. If you take a look...
Thanks to Avalara, we can calculate sales tax on almost anything, anywhere automatically.
When you automate sales tax with Avalara, you don't have to worry about things like changing tax rates.
Thanks to Avalara, we can calculate sales tax on almost anything, anywhere automatically.
The Auto Mall announces our Clean Sweep sales event. All remaining new Daytona Nissan has elected savings with our President's Day model year-end sales event. All remaining.
Let's go! You go for a ride.
Thanks to Avalara, we can calculate sales tax on almost anything, anywhere automatically.
When you automate sales tax with Avalara, you don't have to worry about things like changing tax rates. When you automate sales tax with Avalara, you don't have to worry about things like changing tax rates.
Your wait is over. New 2023 Acura models have arrived at Acura of...
And that's all for sports. Now we're going to head over to Jim, who's got the weather for us. Jim? Thanks, Bob. If you take a look...
Your wait is over. New 2023 Acura models have arrived at Acura of... Your wait is over. New 2023 Acura models have arrived at Acura of...
That rocking chair would look great in our new house.
Oh, a new house, eh? Well, you should definitely see our guy.
That rocking chair would look great in our new house.
Oh, a new house, eh? Well, you should definitely see our guy.
Targets are on site.
It's all here as we discussed.
Number 9, Baylor. Number 5, Kansas. Saturday at 4, ESPN. Number 9, Baylor. Number 5, Kansas. Saturday at 4, ESPN.
More second half action about to get underway here inside of University Credit Union Center. The Aggies on the verge of a double-digit lead over CSUN. Matadors head coach Trent Johnson told me the biggest key for his team in the second half is going to be rebounding. The Aggies hold a 25-14 edge on the glass. He said his team needs to play more physical and be more intentional about boxing out. He also wants his team to do a better job defensively of tracking Aggies guard Elijah Pepper, who we've mentioned is so explosive, has the ability to score in so many different ways. He said his team needs to do a better job of being aware of where he is. Finally, Coach Johnson wants his team to get more players involved in the offense. He said, yeah, it's great that Atten Wright is putting up a lot of numbers, but for this offense to be able to sustain success, they have to have more players scoring. Scott?
They definitely do, Kyle. And who can step up for the Matadors in addition to Atten Wright in the second half is going to be critical for them. The Aggies with the basketball, again, trying to take a double-digit lead for the first time in this contest.
What the Aggies have done a good job is taking the CSUN big men out of the game.
Good ball fake by Adebayo. I didn't see much contact there.
Coach Les is yelling at him to just take
the ball
it
up.
up.
Yeah.
I mean, I couldn't agree with him more.
Yeah, Addy, to the point, if he had put that up, would be at the free throw line right
Exactly. And as strong and as quick as he is, athletic as he is, you'd hope for an and one.
Pepper on the out-of-bounds play, frees up, hits the baseline, Jay, and the Aggies do have that double-digit lead. Pepper now has 22 points. On the attack, Eikens and an offensive foul.
And that is the attempt of Eikens to try to do more. Per Coach Johnson's request, you got to get more people involved offensively.
Yep, and here's a look. Pepper at one end with the J. And on the other end, he takes the charge. And Jim Les talking about Eli. Players love him because he sacrifices his body. He's not just all about putting up the three-point shot. He's a rebounder. He's a guy who will take charges. He does everything. And when your best player leads like that, everybody else can follow him.
No doubt. I mean, Scott, we've talked about it before, but the young man played 2/3 of a game with his left arm numb. He couldn't feel it.
Yep.
He had no feeling in his hand. I mean,
that was after his back was almost out from the game before.
Yeah, and he landed with a hard play in this game, and not this game tonight, but the game we were talking about. And his left arm went numb, and he plays with it. I mean, he's a warrior.
He is indeed. Beautiful offensive set there by the Matadors. Get the easy deuce to Eikens, lead back down to single digits, as well as a blocking foul on a Karake.
Karake does not agree with that call.
But he did the right thing, and he ran away from the official.
Instead of running at him?
Yes.
Yeah, well, that's a good choice.
He's still coming out of the game because it's his 4th personal foul.
Yeah, he's frustrated because he's having to come out. That's what it's about. And I got to agree with him. I did not see something that he really did wrong there.
Trent Johnson trying to pump him up. This side, right side, Pepper. Couldn't get the 18-footer, but will track down his own rebound, and he's fouled. No call. Ball out of bounds, and it'll be CSUN basketball. Boy, there was a lot more contact on that play than a couple of the other ones we've seen.
Yeah, there was. And the interesting thing, the Aggies run the exact same play out of bounds. Run it one way, run it the other way, get a great shot for Pepper both times.
Now, you talk about Coach Less's NBA background, has a lot of great baseline sets.
Yeah, he does. He runs great stuff out of bounds.
Right. He's been held scoreless in the second half. That pass, was it tipped? It was.
Yeah, it was. It was tipped by the Ags.
So Atten Wright still looking for his first points of the second half. The Aggies with the lead as we go to the break.
UC Davis alumni, students, and friends. Your Cal Aggie Alumni Association is here for you. Members are enjoying perks like educational webinars, tastings, and virtual social events. Your membership keeps you connected to UC Davis and your forever Aggie family. Celebrate your Aggie pride and join the Cal Aggie Alumni Association today. Go to alumni.ucdavis.edu.
Burgers, better with Pepsi.
I've got that blue sky. I've got that sunshine.
Mother Lode Van & Storage is an award-winning moving company and the official mover of UC Davis football. Mother Lode is a local, family-owned and operated moving company that is also an agent for North American Van Lines. With over 65 years of experience and servicing over 200,000 customers, they have an entire fleet of modern trucks, highly trained and professional employees, and a secure warehouse for your storage. Call Mother Lode Van & Storage today for all your moving and storage needs, local or long distance.
Hey Aggie fans, introducing Palomino Place. New homes for young families working in Davis who can't afford to live here. The proposed 26-acre infill neighborhood will offer homes designed, sized, and priced for UC Davis faculty and staff and Davis-based employees. How will we maintain a university-focused community if our faculty and staff can't afford to live here? Palomino Place, the future of Davis. PalominoPlaceDavis.com. Go Ags!
Look inside the UC Davis huddle there. Eli Pepper intently listening to Coach Jim Less. And, of course, Eli benefiting by some of the plays drawn up by Jim Less, especially on those baseline out-of-bounds plays. How does he get Pepper so open either side? You know CSUN's trying to track him.
Yeah, you do. You wonder whether or not philosophically CSUN's blob, baseline out-of-bound play defense is lined up the right way. What they should do is physically be into Pepper and not let him get to those screens. And never worry about him being a screener. Make someone else hit a shot.
In the corner, Stevens with it. They enter it for Tucker. Tucker spinning on Inigwe. Goes up with it. Inigwe with the block. He leads the Big West in block shots. Gets another one there.
Yeah, that's really good defense not to foul on that.
So Inigwe again with 12.7 rebounds. Add a block to his total as well with 2 assists. Great all-around game. Pepper, great bounce pass. Adebayo tried to rip it down, but he traveled first. He did. He needed to take a dribble there.
Yeah, he should have taken the dribble, but he's trying to just quickly get it to the rim. And make it worse, he missed the dunk, too. You know, at this time of the game, Scott, we've had 2 players come up with 52 of the 81 points in the game. That's incredible.
Yeah, it sure is. Aggies, of course, battling for conference standings, currently a half game behind Cal State Fullerton for that 6th spot, and that's a crucial one because the top 6 teams get a first-round bye in the Big West Tourney. It's a nice tip in that time from Alan Eikens.
Yep. Eikens jumped a little higher than what I would have expected for his game, but it looked effortless for him. Had great timing on that.
Pepper for 3, right side. It's in. It's automatic for Eli Pepper.
Yeah, they've got to switch to a man. They cannot play their zone against him. The Ags have found the open areas. They know how to get him that look.
So Pepper has 27 points as he's moved into 5th all-time on the scoring list in UC Davis history. Absolutely amazing. Pepper came in needing 24 points to tie. And with this 3-ball right here, he surpasses both Mark Olson and Siler Schneider, who was a recent graduate of the Aggies, with that 3-ball. Eli Pepper now 1,443 career points. He may end up the all-time leading scorer, no doubt about it.
Yeah, he certainly will be if he plays another full year.
Who's
in that position now?
Yeah, he is.
No, who is the all-time leading scorer
we'll look it
now?
up for you during the break on that one. Pepper loses it there. Nice play by Stevens. He wants to run the other way. Splits 2 defenders, puts it up, and a terrific play by Marcel Stevens.
At both ends of the floor, terrific play. He finally got involved in the game on that. He strips the ball right out of Pepper's hands cleanly.
Free throw line jumper, no tap, doesn't go. Ball out to DeBrule, now Losi. Works it in for Rocha. Has his shot rejected by IEC.
Got a block party going on right now.
On the attack, right, flips it up and in. He's got 30 now, his first points of the second half. He's 1 point away from his career high.
You know, CSUN get this game scrambly, and I think it'd be to their benefit. I think they could play that direction, that way, a little better than the Ags. The Ags need a few sets, get looks, and they really have to get Pepper involved with pretty much everything.
In the corner, Losi wide open, missed it. Rochek there for the rebound, but he can't make the catch.
They could use a little stick 'em on their hands.
Rochek's going to come out and Nigwe back in as we're going to look at Marcel Stevens. Beautiful move off the box and in. He's a walk-on player here at CSUN.
Well, he's certainly earned his minutes on that last play, guarding the toughest guy in the gym.
Right. Working on Lose, and a reach-in foul will be called. And that's going to be the third team foul against the Aggies.
A little overzealous there by Lose. He does not need to reach. Just stay in front of him. Contest him when he shoots it.
Dump pass inside. Going up and getting it. Walter cleared a little space and put it up and in with the left hand.
CSUN's showing their depth right now. They've thrown some guys in there that don't play as much.
Yeah, Johnny Walter.
They've both been productive.
Losi on the attack. Buckets it and a foul. Losi showing he can use the offhand, although he is down on the ground. You don't like to see that.
No, you don't. They both fell into the camera person, into the chair. Losi took the worst of it. There's no doubt about it.
Coach Les over there right away. along with associate head coach Kevin Nosek.
Where are the trainers? Where's the athletic trainer?
There she is, Olivia Keefe for the Aggies. Lucy being helped up. Let's take another look and see exactly what happened here.
Great
Lucy
drive.
on the attack. And, yeah, right into the cameraman. Lucy being helped back to the trainer's table.
Kind of looks like he got bent a little more than you should be as a human.
One more time on this, and this will be the baseline look. Fortunately, camera a little too high to see exactly what happened.
I think the cameraman ended up on the ground with his camera pointed at the ceiling.
Yeah, they're definitely looking at the back area, no doubt about it.
Yeah.
So there's that final look, and still a little hard to see what happened. But since Losi can't shoot the free throws, Trent Johnson gets to choose who shoots the free throws for the Aggies, and he's chosen Adi Adebayo for the Aggies. That's why he's at the line.
Good choice.
It worked out. So CSUN hanging tough.
Yeah, they've rallied up here, much like the first half, the way the first half started, and then how the Ags got out early, and then CSUN came back, took a lead. Until the Ags responded.
Stevens crosses the lane, takes the fadeaway. A little long, rebound to Brule.
Nice rebound by Leo. Now he's got an open transition look. He's got to push it.
Milling wide open for three. It's in. Kane Milling has been big from downtown tonight.
Yeah, he has. That's really good timing there. Needed that.
That's his third three of the night, and for the Aggies, it's their 7th of the ball game.
That's 11 points for Kane, so you got your second player in double figures for the game. Oh, no, that's the third because Christian already has 12.
That's right. Aikens works on Adebayo, and they're going to have the reach and foul on Addy. We'll go to the break looking at Kane's three ball. A splash down as the Aggies lead by 9 here at UC Davis.
And that's all for sports. Now we're going to head over to Jim, who's got the weather for us. Jim? Thanks, Bob. If you take a look. And that's all for sports. Now we're going to head over to Jim, who's got the weather for us. Jim? Thanks, Bob. If you take a look.
The Auto Mall announces our Clean Sweep sales event. All remaining new.
Thanks to Avalara, we can calculate sales tax on almost anything, anywhere automatically.
And that's all for sports. Now we're going to head over to Jim, who's got the weather for us. Jim? Thanks, Bob. If you take a look. And that's all for sports. Now we're going to head over to Jim, who's got the weather for us. Jim? Thanks, Bob. If you take a look.
Thanks to Avalara, we can calculate sales tax on almost anything, anywhere automatically.
When you automate sales tax with Avalara, you don't have to worry about things like changing tax rates. When you automate sales tax with Avalara, you don't have to worry about things like changing tax rates.
Your wait is over. New 2023 Acura models have arrived at Acura of Daytona Nissan has elected savings with our President's Day model year-end sales event. All remaining.
When you automate sales tax with Avalara, you don't have to worry about things like changing tax rates.
And that's all for sports. Now we're going to head over to Jim, who's got the weather for us. Jim? Thanks, Bob. If you take a look.
Thanks to Avalara, we can calculate sales tax on almost anything, anywhere automatically.
Your wait is over. New 2023 Acura models have arrived at Acura of.
Thanks to Avalara, we can calculate sales tax on almost anything, anywhere automatically.
Targets are on site.
It's all here, as we discussed.
Targets are on site.
It's all here, as we discussed.
Geico's been offering savings for over 85 years. That's longer than the buffalo wing's been around.
Number 9 Baylor, number 5 Kansas. Saturday at 4, ESPN. Number 9 Baylor, number 5 Kansas. Saturday at 4, ESPN.
A look inside that UC Davis bench. Kane Milling has been big from outside for the Aggies. For a little more on Kane, we go to Kylan.
Thanks, Scott. Guard Kane Milling has 11 points on 3 of 4 shooting from 3. He's averaging just under 6.5 points per game and just 34% shooting from deep on the season. However, Aggies head coach Jim Les said exactly what Kane is doing is what he needs from multiple players on this team. Coach Les said he wants just some of the role players to step up, just do a little bit more than they usually do in order for this team to be successful without starting guards T.Y. Johnson and Robbie Beasley. Coach Les identified Milling as a player he wants to do a little bit more, and he wants to continue to shoot with a lot of confidence. Scott.
Yep, thanks, Kylan. Yep, no, Jim Les certainly has a lot of faith in Kane, and it's interesting, Kane's dad's a coach. Kane's dad, I don't know if you're aware of this, he played at UC Santa Barbara under Jerry Pym.
Milling. Kyle Milling.
Kyle Milling, yes, he transferred out of UC Santa Barbara.
Oregon. He went to Oregon.
Yes.
He was a great high school player. 6 foot, 8 to 9, fundamentally sound, tough as could be. I watched him quite a bit when I was here, and was blown away when Santa Barbara landed him as a recruit for Coach Pym.
And he didn't really play for UC Santa Barbara. Pym said he was a reserve. He was unhappy about his playing time.
He was anything but a reserve. Coach Pym might be forgetting on that one. He played and played well for them.
Okay.
He didn't start. He came off the bench. And so from that standpoint, he was right, but he was really important on that team.
Here's a great block, by the way, as Christian Inigwe. Oops, we saw the Addy rebound on the kickback. UC Davis again trying to regain a double-digit lead. Great handoff. Pepper hangs up his shot, rejected by IEC. Good defense by the Matadors. They look to run the other way. Right, he's been quiet here in the second half, just 2 points, has 30 in the game, and he's wrapped up there.
Yeah, I'm not so sure they
Maybe
went to travel before that call. Yeah, he curls the ball up to do the Earl the Pearl Monroe spin move, and I'm not so sure he didn't travel on that.
Right up top, the next bucket he gets will make him have his career high, 31 prior to this game, as we approach the midway point of the second half. Right, pull up, 17-footer, left it long. Pepper tips it out. Milling tries to save it, unable to do so. Foot on the sideline, but an athletic move, the high hurdle, the bench, that's always scary.
Sure was.
One more time for the high hurdler, Kane Milling.
And that Dobo down at the end of the bench got his head out of the way just in time.
Yep, smart move there. Walter gives back Stevens. Trying to hit right off the curl. They find him. Addy tracking him. He's doing a much better job on right here in the second half. His 3-ball rattles out.
Yeah, they've got right directly in their sight on this half. But some of those shots, like that last shot he got, he made that in the first half.
Yep, true. Pick and roll to Nigwe. Had the first shot tied up, but with second effort gets the deuce and the foul. Good extra effort that time by the lone senior for the Aggies. DeBrew with the pass inside, the tie up, but Inigwe was not to be denied.
That was a really good play by Christian. He stepped up in this game. He's given them exactly what they needed.
14 points and 7 rebounds. Make it 15 now. And the Aggies with their largest lead of the contest.
12-point lead with 9 minutes to go. Just play solid, take care of the ball, make your free throws, and you're going to be just fine in this game.
Now, CSUN was down 16 with 13 minutes to go on Saturday, came back to win by 11.
And I'm not so sure that Cal Poly did any of those things I just said.
DeBrew coast to coast, missed the layup. Free throws upcoming.
Leo went hard there. That was good strong move.
Yep, Leo just kept going. Fallon Abungago. Leo came down on that right leg a little bit, but appears to be fine. The Brewers' first free throw good. The Aggies from the line tonight just 6 of 10.
You know, I remember that Santa Barbara team well that Coach Pym had with. He had another local big kid named Raymaker, and both of them transferred.
To Oregon?
To Oregon.
Wow.
And they both ended up starting at Oregon.
Was Don Munson the coach at the time at Oregon?
Gosh, I don't think so,
Okay.
but it could have been. Could have been. It's about the time that Muntz was there.
Of course, Don, the father of Dan Munson, head coach at Long Beach. Sam Manu grabbing his finger a little bit.
You know, when you wait as long as Manu has to get in and play meaningful minutes, you don't go out with a hurt finger.
No, he's staying in.
Yeah, he will. He's shaking it like a bad man, though. Hey, Northridge a little hesitant on what they're going to run now. They definitely want to.
They free up Abunga, go off the curl, missed the 3-ball badly, but it's off the Aggies. But the shot clock will not reset. Leaves them just 4 seconds.
So their road shooting percentage has gradually come down to a more realistic level in this game. They came out and how Ayton shot the first half was mind-boggling.
Abunga just losing it out of bounds. And for the Matadors, just their 8th turnover of the night. They're the fewest, they lead the league in fewest turnovers. They averaged under 12 a game.
Yeah, that's excellent. That was always the magic number we put on the board for turnovers, Scott. We needed 12 or less to play our game, we thought.
Yep, Aggies have 13. But they have a 13-point lead as well. 8:20 to go. Pepper, the runner. Why not? Everything else is falling for him. He's got 29. He's 3 shy of tying his career high.
Oh, he will get it tonight.
Back the other way. Atten Wright has just gotten his career high on that attack to the rack, and he'll get a chance for an and one.
Atten got back involved in there. He decided transition was a better opportunity.
The two-man game may be back on here.
Yeah.
So Atten Wright, a career high 32. Just blew right by to Brule that time.
Yeah, he's a very quick kid. He's actually quicker than what he looks when you watch him play. He has a good change of pace.
Free throw up and in for the 90% free throw shooter. But it's still the Ags by 12 at the 8-minute mark here.
Back operating against this 2-3 zone.
At what point does Coach Johnson have to think about going man?
You know, I would say that Coach Johnson, if he felt that they could guard Pepper man-to-man, I think he would probably be in that. He just doesn't have any confidence in their team's ability to do that.
Walter missing on the 3. DeBrule coast to coast, lays it up and in. Nice Euro step from the sophomore from Seattle.
That was a really nice move. A little TY-ish. Taking that thing in transition, a little Euro, and lay it softly over the front of the ring.
His first field goal of the ball game. Tucker wants to work on Rochek. Kicks out now. Baseline J is up and in from Slaymaker.
Slaymaker is a designated shooter/scorer, no doubt. Comes in the game when he needs something.
Yeah, freshman from British Columbia.
Yeah.
The London Basketball Academy. Pepper for 30. Nope. And here comes Wright the other way. 1 on 3. What are the chances of him pulling it out? No. And why should he?
He shouldn't. Nobody else on the team has shown an ability to score consistently. He needs to generate offense right now.
Wright at 33, make it 35 for Atten Wright.
Yeah, a little ovation for Atten Wright. You're watching two elite scorers in the Big West.
It's a 30-second timeout here as Leo DeBrule with the runner. Timeout on the floor. We'll take it to Davis.
Great seats at a great price. Get them safer, simpler, and smarter with Ticket Smarter. A proud partner to the biggest names in live sports and events, including ESPN events and iHeartRadio. TicketSmarter has seats for over 125,000 live events and 48 million tickets for sale. All backed with the TicketSmarter 100% ticket guarantee. Thinking about your next great live event? Think smarter. Think TicketSmarter. Get your tickets your way, guaranteed, at TicketSmarter.com.
Get the juices flowing when you hit your first one. Step back, long three. He got it.
Malama Aina, to care for the land is an engagement between people and place. When we all malama, there's nothing we can't change.
Learn how you can malama Hawaii at gohawaii.com/malama.
Sometimes faster isn't always better. Like when you're getting a tattoo. Or saying I love you on the first date. Or putting together certain Swedish furniture.
But when it comes to getting in and out of the airport, faster is always better. And at Ontario International Airport, you can have a stress-free experience from the curb to the gate. It's the least we can do.
Welcome back inside University Credit Union Center. Scott Marsh with the coach, Bob Williams. It's time now to take a look at our Bones Kitchen deal of the game. We go back to earlier in the contest. This was a good one here. And, of course, you know it's going to involve Eli Pepper. Take a look down the floor. That pass inside quickly to Milling for the easy deuce. One more time on this. Pepper with the no-look pass to Milling, who fills it up and in. That's our Bones Kitchen deal of the game. Visit Bones Craft Kitchen at 113 D Street in Davis for breakfast or brunch and say Aggies. They get a free mimosa flight or cocktail with your order. Pepper showing he can truly do it all. He's so versatile, and Coach, I know you love his game, and he's got a chance to certainly play at a higher level.
He's got a good chance to play in the NBA eventually with his game. He's got every tool that's needed to be a productive player in any game he plays in.
And of course, you know that. You coached Gabe Vincent, who's doing a remarkable job with the Miami Heat right now.
Yeah, and one of the things they love about him is the human being that Gabe is. They also love how coachable he is. Now, to me, that sounds a lot like Pepper.
Pepper's the most coachable player on the team, according to Jim Less. And you asked for the all-time leading scorers in Davis. So right now, Pepper's in fifth. Vince Oliver is fourth. Preston Newmeyer third. Corey Hawkins, the great Corey Hawkins, second. Audwin Thomas, the all-time leader, 1,821 points. Right now, Pepper's right around 1,450.
Did you notice something about that list? There were no Bob Williams guys on that list.
Doesn't seem right.
No.
As Atten Wright again getting inside with a chance for an and one. He's got 37 points.
37 now, yeah. Okay, so that's 66 between him and Pepper. Soon to be 67.
So Wright has just blown away his career high. Whoa, you jinxed him that time.
Good. 66 out of 114 points in the game have come from two players.
So the lead still at 8 with 5:40 to go.
Kane's got to catch that ball with the idea that you shoot.
Pepper for three, missed everything. And the rebound to Eikens, a rare miss by Pepper.
And he draws the assignment now.
Right into the lane, step back off glass in. He is heating up again. And CSUN making it interesting. They're within 6. And Atten Wright now with 39.
He's got enough shimmy in his game to bring them back and win this game. He's that kind of scorer.
39 of the CSUN 55 points. Anigwe for 3, no good. Went down after the shot. Got back in time to deflect the full court pass. Great hustle from Anigwe.
Yeah, really nice play on Christian's part.
Now the Aggies will slow it down here.
And that was a questionable decision by Wright to throw that pass. Got a little greedy.
Milling gets it in for Pepper. Pepper, the runner right hand, left that one short. CSUN doing a better job on the glass. Slaymaker hands back the right. Right now, you got a feeling Atten Wright's going to have to completely put his CSUN team on his shoulders. And with that 3-ball he did, he has got 42 points, and this is a one-possession game.
It's unbelievable. And, and he went dormant for 9 minutes. We saw nothing out of him for 9-10 minutes, and now all of a sudden he turns it back on.
He's having one of the great all-time Big West games as Millings fouled behind the line. So right now, the Aggies trying to weather the Atten Wright storm. It'll be Milling at the line when we return.
When you automate sales tax with Avalara, you don't have to worry about things like changing tax rates.
Thanks to Avalara, we can calculate sales tax on almost anything, anywhere automatically.
Your wait is over. New 2023 Acura models have arrived at Acura of...
When you automate sales tax with Avalara, you don't have to worry about things like changing tax rates.
Thanks to Avalara, we can calculate sales tax on almost anything, anywhere automatically.
When you automate sales tax with Avalara, you don't have to worry about things like changing tax rates.
Thanks to Avalara, we can calculate sales tax on almost anything, anywhere automatically. Thanks to Avalara, we can calculate sales tax on almost anything, anywhere automatically.
When you automate sales tax with Avalara, you don't have to worry about things like changing tax rates.
Targets are on site.
It's all here, as we discussed.
Geico's been offering savings for over 85 years. That's longer than the buffalo wing's been around.
That rocking chair would look great in our new house.
Oh, a new house, eh? Well, you should definitely see how Guy...
Number 9 Baylor, number 5 Kansas. Saturday at 4, ESPN.
The XFL kicks off Saturday and continues Sunday on ABC and ESPN.
Last play before going to the break. Let's take another look at that one. As Anigwe. Oh, okay. No, unfortunately, we don't have that. But Anigwe came up limping a little bit. We'll see how he is for the remainder of the game.
I think he's going to be all right. He needs to play either way. The Ags are so thin with the injuries on the bench.
All right, we do have the highlight after all. Let's take a look at it. So Anigwe there on that 3, and that was a contest that should have been called a foul. That's a dangerous play. Usually in the NBA that's called a flagrant foul. You can't close out to another guy's foot.
Yeah.
The old Kawhi Leonard rule going back to the playoff series with the Warriors. So we'll see how he is. But that's always a tough play when you're reaching out as a defender and you get into somebody's leg who's in a vulnerable position off the ground.
Yeah, there's no doubt. And you don't want to see guys. You want to see them always put rules in to protect the player. Of course, with the Kawhi situation, they were overzealous because what was it? Pachuca. What was the name of the guy that stuck his foot in? And he had a history of that. in there. The Warriors were losing in the playoff game against San Antonio, where Kawhi was there when that foul occurred. And then, obviously, Kawhi was out, and the Warriors rolled through the rest of the series.
And San Antonio was going to win game one of that series to begin with.
Yeah.
And then they ended up losing 4 straight.
Yep. So that got a lot of attention.
No doubt about it. Yeah, there's something with the scorers table here. That's why we have the break right now.
They're probably keeping an eye on the legend Larry Swanson over at the scorers table to make sure he's not doing anything tricky over there.
Larry, the longtime public address announcer, the true voice of the Aggies.
Yes, he is. He is a legend at this place.
And maybe they're checking Ayton's last shot, see if it was a 2 or a 3 possibly.
You know, nothing jumped out to me. Of course, I'm not really watching their feet very well on those.
So here's a look at Ayton's shot. So it's not even – I doubt if they're checking that play, Coach.
No.
There's no way. That's the
not
review.
Unless they're deciding whether or not to give them 4 on it. You know, there is that move in the game that they want to put 6 feet behind the three-point line, another line, and give people 4 points for it.
Hatton Wright's been the story of this game, though. 42 of the CSUN 59 points.
It's impressive.
So they're still trying to figure this one out. The scoreboard has 61-59.
And if you look at their score sheet, they got 39, 41, 47. Well, they got 51. Oh, this is the old
It's an old, yeah.
Need the up-to-date one. We don't have an up-to-date. You can look online.
According to the stat monitor I have, it's 61-58. Scoreboard shows 61-59. So maybe UC Davis is questioning the scoreboard.
Yeah. Okay, so it looks like
it will be 61-59.
They probably had 59 instead of 58.
Maybe they ruled Atten shot a 2 somehow, or only gave him credit for 2. It was clearly a 3 if that's what they were checking.
It's hard to imagine.
No, I don't see how that would have been in dispute. But nevertheless, it's Kane milling at the line. It's officially clutch time here inside University Credit Union Center. 5-point or less game with under 5 to go. Milling made the first one, missed the second. We'll get one more here. It's an 11-0 run prior to that free throw from Milling from the Matadors to get right back in this one. The Aggies really need this one for positioning in the conference.
They really need it. You say that, you need to capitalize every letter of really. It's a very important game for them.
Wright has his pass deflected by DeBurle. Leo coming the other way. Loses his footing, but he's fouled. What a play by Leo DeBurle.
Great defensive play right here. Very aggressive, strong. He's in great position on it.
So Leo just getting in the passing lane and taking off the other way. And for Okereke, he's fouled out of this game. That was foul number 5 for Okereke.
I got to see that again. I can't even see how he was in the play to make the call to be made on him. He's just so big, he looks like he must foul.
The Royals free throw falls home.
Because I thought that foul was on Wright if it was on anybody.
Aggies now 10 of 15 from the stripe. CSUN 9 of 13. Second attempt, good. It's a 6-point Aggie lead.
Those are big free throws right there. Important for Leo's confidence coming down the stretch.
Stevens gives the Slaymaker. Number 3, 4-3. Missed it wide right. And the Aggies control.
It's just amazing that somebody besides Wright is shooting the ball after the game he's had, quite frankly.
He's 14 of 24 from the floor, 7 of 11 from downtown, 7 of 9 from the line. Milling on the attack. Runner left hand, missed it off glass. Who's going to get the rebound? Inigwe does. Kick out DeBrule for three. That's a dagger right there. Leo DeBrule with a big-time three ball on great effort from Christian Inigwe.
It was. Kane faked himself out on that shot he took.
Right, triple teamed. Gives back to Eikens. Eikens working on DeBrule. Great defense from Leo, but they're going to call a foul on DeBrule. Wow.
That almost seems like a mistake whistle. It wasn't blown very strong. Oh. Yeah, he's going to give the roof call like he had his hands out, and he did not have his hands out.
So DeBrule picks up his fourth personal foul. That sends Eikens to the line.
Yeah.
One more time on this.
Be a good idea to take a look at it.
Great defense by DeBrule.
You know what?
He reached down.
Yeah, he got him with the left hand. So that's a good call.
And now the contact above from CSUN on Kane Milling in the eye. That'll send the Aggies back to the line.
Kane's trying to shake it off here. Clear his head so he can knock down a couple free throws.
Yeah, and he took just a finger to the eye from Aisi that time. Looks like they're going to review it. Felt like inadvertent contact.
It's very much inadvertent contact. But, of course, even inadvertent contact to the head, they'll call.
So let's look at the foul one more time. So great takeaway from Inigwe, and DeBrule just got hand in the eye that time as Aisi was coming back down the floor.
He's fine. You look at him over there. He's not rubbing it. They're not looking at it with the trainer. He's fine.
So let's see what this crew calls here.
It's like he got a little slap to the face. It's a common foul. Good call. There was no intent to that.
19th foul against CSUN, so it'll be the 1-and-1 for Kane. I'm sure it didn't feel good, though. Might have been common as we call it. I don't know if Kane agrees with that.
Well, no, I'd probably been bedridden for 3 days after something like that, but more important free throws for the Aggies here to have that confidence level down the stretch that you make free throws.
Yep, and Kane's been big tonight with those 13 points. Obviously, when he gets in double figures, the Aggies a much different team, and he gets the front end of the 1-on-1 here.
Yeah, we can pretty much say that about any of the others on this team, that when they have a game where you get 2 of them in double figure points, you got a good chance to win it.
8-0 run for the Aggies after this game had been within 2 after an 11-0 run from CSUN.
Yeah, it has been a game of runs. It'd be interesting here how CSUN gets a look for Wright this time down. Bringing Wright up without the ball, they're going to run him off with singles on the baseline, I would guess.
Eikens hands over to Stevens. They're trying to enter it to Aisi, and a poor entry pass. I'm not sure why you're looking for 2 on the low block there.
Yeah, I do not know why they are not trying to get the ball to Wright. At least make the Aggies have to guard him coming off of something. It'll open up everything else for you.
So time a major friend of the Aggies right now as we approach the 2-minute mark. Up by 11. Milling throws back Adebayo, attacks right side. Throws to the cutter to Brule. Couldn't get the layup, and here comes CSUN, 3-on-3. Abangago coast to coast, his shot blocked, but a foul on Pepper. That'll send CSUN to the line with the time stopped.
Yeah, it was a good drive, good hard move to the rim. Needed to get something in a hurry. You get the clock stopped, now you got to make free throws.
So Abangago has not scored in this game. And still hasn't.
He's too good a player to have played 38 minutes and not score. I know he hasn't played all 38 minutes, but to be 38 minutes into the game without scoring, he's too good a player.
Yeah, he's had 16 minutes tonight. Free throw in, 10-point game. Full court pressure now from CSUN.
This is where they have to force a turnover. They don't want to foul. Definitely don't want to foul Pepper. But you will see Pepper end up with the ball here.
Milling inside, and Nigwe stripped. Great play by Stevens. Right the other way. Hang, scoops off glass. No tap, doesn't go. But third opportunity in, and just like that, Trent Johnson will take the timeout. 8-point game again with 1:26 to play. It's going to be a full timeout as well.
You can understand the pass to Christian, and that you've got to make that pass and you've got to get the bucket.
All right, let's take a look at the conference standings, Coach. As we said coming into this one, UC Davis is right in that 7th spot. They're a half game behind Cal State Fullerton. A win tonight puts them tied for 6th. The top 6 get a first-round bye. That's why it's so critical. CSUN, they're going to be playing in a first-round game this year in the tournament, regardless, really.
Yeah, no doubt. They'll be in that. They'll be playing San Diego.
Yep.
If it stays, looks like it's going to stay. One of those two. So it's going to be Cal Poly at 1-13 playing Bakersfield. And then the winners of that will go up and play the next two, which would be Fullerton and Davis, it looks like.
Yeah. And how about UC Santa Barbara, UC Irvine play tonight? What a great matchup that is tonight inside the Brent Event Center.
Yeah, no doubt. It's a big game down there. And Santa Barbara's going without their big man Kelly tonight. So
Kelly's also suspended for a game.
Yeah, I'm not sure whether Bent is back yet for Irvine or not. But if he is, Santa Barbara will have a hard time controlling that big man.
No doubt. All right, rebounding's been a big part of this game again for the Aggies tonight. Let's go back over to Kylan.
Identified rebounding is a key to this game after the Aggies dominated on the glass the last time these two teams met. Right now, UC Davis holds the edge 39-32 on the boards, 11-2 in second chance points. Aggies head coach Jim Les said his team needs to play physical. Also, the rebounding is the responsibility of the entire team, not just the post. That's one of the reasons why UC Davis is 4th in the Big West in rebounds per game. Scott?
Yep, plus 4.7 rebounding margin, top 50 in the country in that category. They out-rebounded the Matadors 42-24 last time in Los Angeles. Aggies killing a lot of time off the clock. 1 minute to go. CSUN not fouling. Pepper for 3. Didn't get it. Rebound and Igwe. Putback doesn't go. And the rebound snatched by the Matadors.
The clock is your friend here. The Aggies use the entire clock.
Right for 3, no. But the ball out of bounds, and it gives CSUN some hope still.
Christian gets that rebound. I, as a coach, would have loved to have seen Christian throw that ball out and see them make them come foul you or use another 20 seconds off that clock.
It's tough. He was so wide open inside. But to your point, the time is more important than the point.
Yeah, the time's more important at this time. You want if you get that ball back out, get it in Pepper's hands. Let Pepper dribble away 15 seconds and throw up another 30-footer. I don't care. You use 15 seconds off this clock, you've made it almost impossible for them to get back in it.
So Trent Johnson has burned all his timeouts now. UC Davis has 2 to work with at their disposal. Again, the Aggies will be at UC Irvine on Saturday, 1 o'clock game, and then they'll be back at home on Monday, President's Day game versus UC San Diego.
Yeah, this is a tough stretch. You got to fly down to Orange County tomorrow.
Friday, probably.
Oh, that's right. Wednesday,
yep.
Yeah.
Wednesday game today. Yep.
Oh, they're not like me. I would have flown down tomorrow.
Only if that was Hawaii, right?
Definitely if it was Hawaii. It wouldn't really matter, though. Any time I had a chance to go get in a Marriott hotel somewhere, I was always eager to go do that. Love to be on the road as a coach.
Costly turnover from CSUN. Just 37 to go, and Pepper's going to go to the line. He'll get 2 chances to get the 30 points. It's just been an amazing run for him. He comes into this game 5 straight 28-plus points, another effort. So 6 times 28 or more. His 3rd time, he's going to be over 30 here.
Yeah. No, he's been on a roll.
But missed the first free throw. Chance to get the 30 again. And again, he moved into 5th place all-time earlier in this game on the all-time UC Davis scoring chart. And he's got a 30-point night. Everybody knows he's going to shoot the basketball, and nobody can stop him.
No, because he can drive the basketball, because he passes the basketball so well. And he's got such a good basketball IQ.
Aggies looking for their 8th home win of the year, 15th overall, as Alan Aikens able to stop the clock and get fouled. The Aggies, this is the 50th matchup between these two schools. The Aggies have won 4 straight. They won the one down south earlier. How about this? The last time CSUNs won here at UC Davis, you have to go back to 2009.
Wow.
Aggies have won 12 straight here at home.
That's been pretty good home dominance right there.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, they probably didn't play during the COVID year. All right, so you cut a year out there.
Mm-hmm. But to the point, Jim Les has not lost to CSUN at home.
That's pretty good.
Offense.
Some of those years, CSUN has been pretty good.
No doubt. They've had some tournament teams. Aikens to make it a 7-point game. Can't do it. Rebound Manu. Handoff Pepper. And he's fouled again in the backcourt. And with 2 makes, he'll tie his career high.
And there's plenty of time left in this game.
Mm-hmm.
Because CSUN's going to get a shot up within 4 seconds, 5 seconds at most.
Yeah, again, Pepper, 11th in the nation in scoring. 21-plus points a game. He'll only add on to that after this one. Now at 31. What more can you say about this guy?
You don't need to say a whole lot more, except that, people just need to come watch him play. He's really a great basketball player in every sense of the word.
Yep. He's just tied his career high. 3rd time he's reached 32 points this year. Flip shot doesn't go. Rebound Manu. Get it over to Pepper. And now CSUN won't foul, though. So Pepper will have a career high tying 32 points, and the Aggies are going to survive at home against the very game CSUN team tonight. They gave a great effort, Coach.
Yeah, they really did. CSUN played really well. Probably the best they've shot all year on the road.
Yep.
And it's showing that they're building some confidence and team chemistry going towards the end of the year, that they're playing better basketball now.
But it still ends up in a loss, and they are 0-12 on the road now.
Yeah, that's something as a coach. You're not sure how to get over your snake bit. You try everything possible. You slow it down. You speed it up.